everyone, and today we have to talk about Avantis because Avantis is down almost 7% in the last 24 hours. And I've been noticing that a lot of different projects are breaking away from Bitcoin and away from the overall market. For example, yes, we have Avantis down almost 7% in the last 24 hours, but then we have Aster only down 3% in the last 24 hours, right? So a lot of coins are kind of breaking away from each other. And I just made a video on Aster and it kind of looked a little bearish. But I'm making a video now on Avantis, and a little bit of bullish momentum could come in, but it could also crash just like the rest of it. So I'm going to talk about that today. I'm going to talk about what looks bullish here and what looks bearish here. So anyways, remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. But going over Aster here, like I said, we're almost down 7% in the last 24 hours, only 37 million in trading volume and 99 million inside of market cap at 38 cents. And what I'm noticing here at Avantis, like, first of all, the MACD here is pretty, I won't say bearish, but there's a lot of selling pressure going on right now, and it just started. So it could go even longer. But when I come over here and look at this, typically, whenever I see the short-term trend on the %R trend exhaustion, and for those of you that don't know, this is the %R trend exhaustion, it tracks both the short and long-term trend of whatever you're looking at, right? So now we have the %R trend exhaustion. So usually when I see the short-term trend going crazy like this, and then the long-term trend going here, is usually a bearish sign, right? But we have an opportunity to become bullish, right? We are starting to see a possible reversal signal here, which we usually see on the oversold areas of the %R trend exhaustion. And not only are we seeing that, we are also seeing that the short-term trend and the long-term trend are both intersecting. Now, since they're both intersecting, there's two things that could happen. There's one thing, which is both of them come down here. Actually, three things. One thing, both of those trends come down even further and sell off even more. And what that would look like is the price probably coming down here to the lower area right there around 35 cents at the support. Or the other option for this, the short-term trend could break out and then go up, and then the long-term trend could stay sideways like it is. And if that happens, the short-term trend has to come back down eventually, which it already did. And we know what happens when that happens. We see price drop. We see a short-term pump followed by a short-term drop. So we could see a short-term pump followed by a short-term drop, causing lower highs and lower lows. So that is something that could happen here, and that would look like possibly a bearish or a bullish expanding triangle, possibly, or it could create something that's more so like a falling wedge, which are both bullish. So this could create a bullish signal, right? So that's just kind of like trading theory, I guess, in a way, and not necessarily just the technical analysis. Not only that, but also like a trading theory like that could form if this happens. And then the next thing that it could quite possibly do would be both the short-term trend and the long-term trend simultaneously going up together. If that happens, then you will see a strong push to the upside, and we'll probably end up breaking out over here and going even higher to 47 cents. So as you can see, it's really conflicted. There's a lot of different possibilities that could happen off of this. So there's no way of telling what's going to happen right now. We're in a state of the market where it's very unpredictable. When things are bullish, it's very predictable, right? But when things become bearish, it's very unpredictable. And you can kind of see the difference inside of my videos here with both the bullish and bearish scenarios. We can't be too sure when things are bearish. So but when things were bullish, you know, I'm calling things out left and right here. I'm like, hey, this is about to happen. This is about to happen. I can still call those things out. But now there's a shorter window for that. There's a way shorter window for that because we can have a lot of whale manipulation too. But anyways, we had a rising wedge here, which was bearish, which caused that drop in the first place. And from my guess, what we're seeing here, we might break down even further, right? It might break down even further. Like both the short-term trend and the long-term trend both go down at the same time. Because when you zoom in, you can see the short-term trend or the short-term trend here is kind of also curving down with the long-term trend. So both of them might go down further. And then we have the selling pressure starting to build up on the MACD. So that is another thing that could quite possibly happen. And it's looking like we're getting those sell candles there. So yeah, there's a possibility that we could push a little bit lower here on AVANTIS. And there's also the possibility that it could go up as well. You would never know. But given everything that I see, it's 50-50. It's 50-50 because short-term trend could go off while long-term trend stays sideways, and then short-term trend drops later on, which means temporary pump followed by even bigger drop. And then, like I said before, both of the trends just go down right now, big dump, right? And then it could trade sideways for a while. So that's another thing that's bad. And then the other one where we see both of them going up at the same time, huge pump, right? So it's 50-50. It's 50-50 right now. So at this point, your best bet is to do nothing. Like at this point, I wouldn't be looking to buy or sell. I'd be waiting for confirmation. And for me personally, a bullish confirmation would mean us going over 42.9. Let's just say 43 cents. Let's just say 43 cents. Yeah, my bullish confirmation is if we go over 43 cents, because now we are making higher highs. Now our highs are becoming higher here. And our lows would then also be becoming higher as well. So it would be much more bullish for us, right? So I don't know. That doesn't look right. All right. So I'm just trying to make these drawings, right? But anyways, shout out to you guys. So I guess right now I would just be extremely patient with this. You don't want to make the wrong decision. But if we pass the 43 cents and go above that, then that's when I would switch bullish, because 47 cents is what would come next after that. But anyways, this is all I got for you guys. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor, and that is financial advice. Definitely hit the like button and subscribe, all that good stuff. As always, I'll be back with another video.